Okay, our goal is to measure a 10-inch square in the middle of this paper, and then to divide that into equal 5-inch segments. On a ruler, I want you to first notice that, there we go, that the end of the ruler does not begin necessarily with the first measurement. So we don't want to use the very end of the ruler as the beginning of our measurement. Instead, we want to use the first hash mark. Each inch is broken into segments, and so we can use those to find the half-inch, quarter-inch, three-quarter-inch, all of those measurements. We are going to begin by measuring the long end of our paper. So I'm lining up the first hash mark with the edge of my paper, and I'm seeing that my paper is 18 inches long. I want to make that into a 10-inch space. So to do that, I'm going to do some simple math. I have 18 inches, I need 10 inches, so I subtract 10 from 18, which equals 8. I want to have equal margins on either side of my 10-inch space. So I take the extra 8 inches and I divide by 2. That leaves me with 4 inches on either side. So I'm going to measure over 4 inches and make a dot. I'm going to make this dot small so it's accurate. Now I'm going to come to the other end of my ruler and I'm going to move over 4 inches. So here I am at the 18-inch mark. I'm going to go 17, 16, 15, 14 inches and make a dot. Now, I need to make sure my lines are perfectly straight when I draw these. And so to do that, I need a second set of measurements. And so I'm moving my ruler up to the top of the paper, lining it up exactly the same way I did on the bottom of my paper. And once again, I'll make a dot at the 4-inch mark and at the 14-inch mark. Now that I have those two sets of dots, I have 2 points to align my ruler with. And now I know that my ruler is perfectly straight. I'm going to make a nice, straight, dark line with my pencil. I'm going to do the same thing over here with this other set of measurements. After I've done this, after I've drawn this line, I now will measure between these two lines and see that it's exactly 10 inches. Yay! 10 inches, okay? So now I have a 10-inch wide space, but my paper is 12 inches tall. So we're gonna repeat the process that we did for the width, but this time for the height. 12 inches minus 10 equals 2 inches. 2 inches divided in half equals 1 inch. And so I should have a 1-inch margin on the top and on the bottom. So there's 1 inch, and now I'm going to go up from the 12 to the 11. I'm making dots in both places. And I'm doing the same thing over here on my other line. Keep your dots small. Don't even make them dots. Make them little hash marks so that they're very accurate. Now I'm aligning my ruler with the 2 dots on top, drawing that straight line. I'm doing the same thing on the bottom here. And now I have a 10-inch square, so that's excellent. For our project, we need 4 5-inch boxes. And so I need to divide this space in half vertically and horizontally. So let's line our ruler up within our box, and I see that I have a 10-inch space. I'm going to make a mark at the 5-inch and do the same thing on the top. You can see we're repeating this process. This is how you make accurate measurements in straight lines. 2 sets of accurate measurements that allow you to have 2 points of reference for your ruler and end up making a perfectly straight, good measurement. Now we're going to do the same thing on the side. Line my ruler up with the top and bottom of my box, make a mark at the 5-inch. Now I'm going to move over to the left side, do the same thing, make a mark at the 5-inch, and now I will line my ruler up with those 2 marks. And what I'm left with is 5 equal 5-inch squares within a 10-inch box.